Let's talk about use with limited color perception. Limited color perception is when use is impacted by which colors a person can see. This might be someone viewing content on an old or poorly adjusted screen, or someone whose printer is out of colored ink. But in disability, limited color perception is when the eye or brain cannot perceive certain colors. From birth or development, this might be caused by missing or damaged photoreceptors, and as an acquired condition, it might be a degenerative eye disease, injury to the retina or brain, or caused by a vitamin A deficiency. We're going to talk a little about the user characteristics of people with limited color perception. The most common form of limited color perception is limited perception of green. This is known as deuteranomaly when some green can be detected, and deuteranopia when no green can be detected. This is the first form of what's often called red-green color blindness, affecting just over 6% of people, mostly men. The second form of red-green color blindness is a limited perception of red. This is known as protanomaly for some red and protanopia for no red. It affects around 2% of people, again, mostly men. Blue-yellow color blindness is much more rare than red-green color blindness, affecting only around 0.01% of people, or 1 in 10,000. Limited ability to perceive blue is called tridanomaly, while no ability is called tritanopia. The rarest form of limited color perception is when someone experiences more than one form at the same time. This might result in monochromacy, where very limited colors are perceived, or achromatopsia, where no colors are perceived. Let's look at the common user needs for people with limited color vision. As a person with limited color vision, I may need good contrast. Contrast is a measure of brightness of one element against another. This will help a person to distinguish content that uses colors which they cannot perceive. You can assist by ensuring that all important information, including text and non-text content, has good contrast. Non-text content includes icons, graphics, and user interface components. As a person with limited color vision, I may need a customizable color scheme to make sure that key content isn't being displayed in colors that a person cannot perceive. An example of this might be an accessible theme, which many programs come with an option to use. High contrast settings can also help to differentiate colors for users. You can assist by allowing users to set background, text, and UI component colors, and not using images of text unless the image has a text alternative. This is because images of text will not be reskinned if the user changes the color scheme or contrast settings. As a person with limited color perception, I may need information that is not conveyed by color alone, as this can cause users to miss out on key information that they cannot perceive. This might occur when reading a pie graph, for example, if a user is unable to tell the colors of the segments apart and there is no text to indicate which information is represented by each segment. You can assist by making sure that when using color to convey information, you have the same information conveyed through a secondary means. These are just some of the key ways you can assist users with limited color perception. Intopia.